Hi, everyone. Welcome to another week in review, the last one of the year of December 17, 2021. So I am here with the regular schmegula degular, and I know those will join soon. And if you want to see this, you can see the replay on the Instagram timeline, or you can go on the YouTube channel where you can subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram too, and follow me on Twitter. So good evening, Enrique, you and the Mister on the West Coast, to First Lady Spear, and to everyone that's going to be joining in. So y'all know that I always start, to house hunt Jersey City. Jersey City's dope. And you'll be not too far from the city. You can take the PATH train too if you don't want to drive to work, because driving to the city is hell. So welcome to the East Coast, my friend. You'll see me and Dr. C and a couple other folks. But I would like to draw your attention to, of course, COVID. You know, since March 2020, we've been dealing with this pandemic as a national and global crisis here on our shores. Good evening, Lee. And so global confirmed cases are at 270,716,671 cases of confirmed cases of COVID-19 around the world. The global death toll is 5,311,452. That's the fatalities. U.S. confirmed cases, which we're leading at something which is not a good sight. And I'm surprised this was not even a headline, despite all the other things that happened in our news. It seems like people forgot about COVID. U.S. confirmed cases of COVID is at 50,115,334. Hey, Dr. C. U.S. death toll is 798,682. I will read these numbers again. Confirmed cases of COVID around the world is 270,600 and let's read that again. So, according to the Johns Hopkins website for Coronavirus Resource Center, global confirmed cases of COVID-19 are at 270,716,671. The global death toll is at 5,311,452. U.S. confirmed cases of COVID-19 are at 50,115,334. And the U.S. death toll is at 798,682. And as of today, what I learned, my state has 20,000 daily cases per day of COVID-19. So, with nearly 300 million cases, over 5 million dead from COVID around the world, the U.S. leading in the number of cases, which we account for not even a great percentage of the world's population, at 50 million confirmed cases, over 50 million confirmed cases, and almost 800,000 deaths. And yet, people are still bitching about getting vaccinated, where only 62% of the country is vaccinated. That is not enough. Even getting to 70%, it's not enough. And people still want to fuck around out here, spread misinformation. Like, there was a news alert today about the court, which was a victory for the Biden and Harris administration, which that has not been talked about. And the Biden and Harris administration just won a victory from the courts of the vaccine mandates for private and public sector companies. So with all of this going on, over 270 million cases around the world, over 5 million people dead, over 50 million confirmed cases here in the United States, and almost 800,000 people dead. People are still, not wearing no masks out here. People are still spreading misinformation about the vaccine, and people refuse to get vaccinated. This shows right here that we're going to be in this for a while. People don't want to hear me talk about this, but I'm being real. Because no one is not practicing health, safe health environment, or public health. No one's not practicing social distancing. No one's not practicing wearing the mask. No one's just not practicing nothing. So until people get vaccinated, there will be more clusters of variants out here. And no, nobody's not making variants in a lab. So we can cut that bullshit out. This shit is serious. And everyone is tired. You think I like to wear a mask? Hell no. And I wear a double mask on top of that. You think I like that? No. But I wear it to protect not just myself, but others around me. And I am triple vaccinated, including my booster 2 weeks ago. And why I'm vaccinated? Because I care about the people around me. I care about my parents, who is near 70 years old. I care about people. I care about the people I love. So therefore, I want everybody to stop. Well, not everybody. Those who are spreading misinformation, please stop. Wear your mask, get vaccinated, and keep your distance. Stop attending large events that requires no mask, because you will catch COVID, and especially for those who are unvaccinated. This message is for y'all, because I'm tired of y'all retweeting stuff from the Daily Mail, sharing stuff from the Daily Mail, and sharing basically anti-vax articles and videos like it's actually substantive. It's fucking stupid and it's ignorant as fuck. The only way you can protect yourself from this is getting vaccinated. The vaccine is available at over dozens, thousands, millions of pharmacies. CVS, Rite Aid, Walgreens, Dwayne Reed if you're from New York. The vaccines are available to y'all. Local hospitals, public and private. Small clinics, private clinics. The vaccine is available. I don't understand your motive. I don't know what you're trying to do. I don't know you're trying to liberate yourself, but you will liberate yourself to the graveyard if you keep fucking around out here, spreading misinformation, being maskless, and not taking the vaccine and affecting those around you. You will suffer a hard consequence, or you will see a fatal one. And I don't want no one to see a fatal one in their future. And no, I'm not wishing dead and ill on nobody. I'm just letting y'all folks know that are unvaccinated that you keep up this behavior, you will see the graveyard. Because a lot of unvaccinated people are the ones that's dying from these new variants. Not vaccinated people, unvaccinated people. So please, stop the misinformation. It's irritating. Please, and thank you. But we live in a misinformation society, which is annoying. It's stupid. It's ridiculous. Keep spreading misinformation about a lot of things. And like the black seed oil will not save you from coronavirus. It just won't save you. People took a lot of remedies, caught COVID, and still died. Okay? Still died. I for people, I'm immune. No, stay the fuck away from me. Chantay, you're discriminating against unvaccinated people. No, I'm keeping everyone away from me because we're still in the midst of a pandemic. It's no post-pandemic. That's another thing. Stop that. There's no post-pandemic. We're in a pandemic. The only way we get to a post-pandemic is people take the motherfucking vaccine. The vaccine that don't fucking hurt. Yeah, Dr. C. Huh? Yeah, yo, I swear to God. Oh, that will be next. But yeah. Oh, I'm discriminating against people that are unvaccinated. I don't hear both sides. I'm not woke. I told I was not woke. Excuse me? Yes. Thank you, Kay. Stop paying for the unvaccinated. Like, you know, like I said, they will learn. They will fuck around and they will find out. But on to politics, because I'm about to get to that real soon, but I got to do businesses first. So the Build Back Better agenda is still being held up. Thank you, Joseph Manchin III of West Virginia. And the child care credits things are expiring. The money that's expiring, the extra money that parents get, you know, per month, but want to slander this administration. Yeah, that is being, you know, because of Joseph Manchin III, who's not supporting this. And even though Kristen Sinema is for this, but I fought her too because she doesn't want to reform she doesn't want to eliminate the filibuster. And also she doesn't want to lower the drug costs. So she gets some of this brunt too. But I would like to address my message to Joseph Manchin III. The world does not revolve around you. Your party has changed and it's been changing for quite a while before President Obama. So all of this, let's work in a bipartisan way, that shit has died. Just because you pass a bipartisan infrastructure doesn't mean it's going to be bipartisan all the way. If you're looking for common sense from Republicans, good luck with that shit. But then again, Joseph Manchin always been a mess. He just hide behind other Democrats in the Senate that was a mess. And now that they've been voted out of their positions, they are laser focused on him. So the simple fact is, Joseph Manchin III wants to reason with the Republican Party, the party of insurrection, the GIP, I call them, the Grand Insurrectionist Party. Shows you right there he's not an ally. No matter how he votes, I'm still side-eyeing him. And you should keep your eye on Joseph Manchin III. Senator Joseph Manchin III. Now, I see in the chats, y'all talking about Maggie Haberman's ass and her Texas were outed. I'm not surprised. You know, she's been kissing Trump's feet forever. Literally. She made money off the Trump administration. Her and a couple other journalists. So I'm not surprised that her text message has been outed. Trust me, this whole January 6th committee that these quote unquote do something Democrats of the Twitter space of the world like it's real life, and some of these never Trumpers are complaining about them, saying they're not getting anything done. They're revealing a lot of shit. Like I said, justice is not overnight. It takes a while. And everybody's worried about Donald Trump being locked up. I mean, listen, Donald Trump will probably try to dodge a bullet and try to, harm himself so he don't have to go to prison. Because he look like the type to do anything to get out of anything, even if it involves hurting his own self, he will do that. I don't expect much from him. But to you, do something Twitters of the world, including the Never Trumpers. You guys are still full of shit. And yes, I said it because you guys are not talking about voting rights and all other stuff. You're talking about locking up Donald Trump like that's your issue. That's your main issue. That's not the main issue. Even though he should be locked up, the main issue is saving our democracy, saving our voting rights, saving the George Floyd Justice and Police Act. And yes, Donald Trump will get eventually locked up. But if you're making that your core issue, I don't know what to tell you. Because there's other shit we gotta fry. That's all I'm saying. And speaking of 2022 midterms, it looks like it's going to be a bloodbath. It's going to be crazy. You already got people writing articles saying Democrats are doomed. Coming from Never Trump Republicans. You got some on the far left saying that Democrats better do this or they don't get my vote. I will not go to the polls, and no young people will go to the polls. Like, y'all motherfuckers went to the polls a lot, during any election. And the only election y'all actually voted for was the 2020 election because people told y'all to vote for that shit because y'all didn't like Donald Trump. Anyway, even though y'all said Trump is to the left. And, it's just everybody is doomsday. And the mainstream media doesn't do any good because they feed off that shit too. So, I'm saying all of this is because we gotta fight the disinformation. There's a lot of disinformation out there. And if people keep regurgitating these fucking talking points that come from social media and not actual facts, you will have a Republican majority. If certain things don't get passed, like the Voting Rights Act and the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act, you will find a Republican majority. So all of this talking about he better do this and better do that, you really need to look at the bigger picture and take yourself out of it for a second and worry about democracy. And black candidates are running in this primary, so it's important that we support them. I know my candidate, I keep saying it because everybody going to be like, wow, you keep talking about it. I'm keep talking about it because I saw this person being my governor. But she took her own ambitions out of it to do the job that she was elected to do, which I knew she could walk and chew gum and got competent lawyers to work for her at the same time. But, white Democrats, they want their cake and eat it too. And they want black people, black women to be the muse. But, like I said, let's support our black candidates, the worthy ones. Not the Laverne Spices of the world, but the worthy ones. So, yeah. I'm on a roll here. Now, did y'all see that VP interview with Leonard, a.k.a. Charlemagne the God? I saw it. Vice President did her thing. Madam Vice President did her thing. Charlemagne the God wanted, to be viral. Oh, he got the viral moment. The moment that he got, he thought he never would see in his life. But I would like to address Leonard, aka Charlemagne the God. You thought you did something that was worthy. I don't know what you were trying to do to appeal to those quote unquote woke folks, the far left of the Democratic Party. I don't know what the strategy was, but it was an epic fail. You thought you cornered the vice president? No. The vice president gathered you and collect you for the imbecile that you are. Try to watch my words. Because, people like to, mass report and everything. But Charlemagne, aka Leonard, we're gonna address you as Leonard. Leonard, you got your viral moment. But the difference is your viral moment end up being a drag and a read to you. Madam Vice President told you, don't disrespect her boss and don't disrespect her. Because your ass sound like a Republican and you sure was sounding like a libertarian Republican. I don't know what you define yourself as. I don't even know what your politics are. But maybe you're still angry at the president because after all, he said you ain't black if you're not supporting him. We just wonder, are you with us? Are you for us or by us? I don't know. But I'm saying for myself, and I can speak for myself, you ain't for us and you ain't by us. So you can keep your talking points to yourself and stop trying to speak for the black community because you don't represent us. You don't. So therefore, tough break. I don't know if that was a read for y'all. I don't know if that was the best read. I think I read better. But, Leonard's just a mess. Leonard wanted to go viral, and the viral moment was when Vice President Harris gathered him for the dirt he looks like. A shiny bald head. I don't know if he actually, I think he moisturized his head. I really think he put some lotion or some Vaseline, something on, because he got no hair. Now I'm not trying to play nobody, because I know people go, some people lose their hair, and sometimes my hair sometimes ain't even at its best, but I try not to disparage people and not trying to make people donkeys of the day like he does. But his viral moment wasn't good for him. He ain't do good. So I want Amanda Seals and all his friends, don't praise that man. He is the reason also why I stopped listening to radio. Completely. Let me read y'all comments. And you think you're, yeah. And she let him know, I am Vice President Kamala Harris. Oh my God. That was funny. But he tried it and got gathered collectively. Yeah, Enrique is like going in, and I love it. Oh, man said, you think you're, Yep, that viral moment was bad. The dirt looked like him. Yep, the dirt that he looked like. Leonard thought he was clever. Thank you, Queen. Yep, Charlemagne politics is money, money, money. And her Caribbean side came on. And she really would have spoke patois. I would have laughed. And then get that finger. And if she would have did this, oh my God, I'd be loved. I can't stand Charlemagne. I don't even like the Breakfast Club. And everybody's like, why you don't like it? Because I don't like gossip in the morning like that. Play some fucking music. They play less music. They talk more than they play music. At least with Star and Buckwild's nasty, disparaging asses, they play more music. But when they started coming for people, they took them off the air. Ed Lover and Dr. Dre and Lisa, they played music a lot. They talk less and play more music. Yeah, it should have came out, Queen. It should have came out. But since we're on the roll of reading people, I got something to say about these progressives, As a person with student loans, I understand. I completely sympathize that student loan cancellation debt is important. But if you think it's more important than the Voting Rights Act and the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act, you got another fucking thing coming. Because if anything, voting rights is on the line. It's in jeopardy. There are states that already put out voter suppression laws to suppress people that look like me to vote in the upcoming elections, making it harder. And even with the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act, there's a lot of black men being arrested and being beaten by the police for no reason, just because they're black and brown. But you want your fucking student loans canceled? No one didn't tell you to go to Harvard and Yale and take out all that money. You should have wrote some essays, went on FastWeb, print them out, and got your ass a scholarship. But obviously you're not that smart. So if you're mad that your student loans wasn't canceled right away, so be it. And if you're a one-issue voter, and this is all the one-issue voter people, if you want your student loans canceled, or you want Donald Trump locked up, if you voted for the president and the vice president for that shit, then your ass is really fucking stupid. And you have not been paying attention to other shit that's going on. So all of you assholes that have the the BLM in your bio, ally in your bio, LGBTQ rights in your bio, voting rights in your bio, but come with your racist shit of why they didn't lock up Trump yet? Oh, why my student loans is not canceled? You might as well take that shit out your motherfucking bio and don't consider us as allies because you're not our ally. Like, I don't get white Democrats be on some next level shit. And not saying like, oh, Chantay, you hate white people. No, I don't hate white people. I just don't like the way they go about shit most of the time. I don't. I really, really don't. I really don't. It bothers me to my fucking core. It really does. It's annoying. And that's for white Dems, since we're on the list here. Let me tell y'all something. Black people don't need you to speak for us. We don't. We don't need you to fight for us. We don't need you to ally with us like that. We just want you to be quiet. Don't speak for us. We can speak for our own selves. We can articulate very well. Most of us went to school. Most of us have jobs in different sectors. We don't need you to speak for us. Because every time when y'all open your mouths, y'all make shit worse for us. If you think you're doing a good thing by opening your mouth frequently, no. You're not. So please be quiet. And as for Jay Jacobs, since we're on New York State Dems, y'all know he finagled his way, interfering in primaries, endorsing the governor, which he has a right to endorse whoever he wants. But the simple fact is you're doing backhand deals to have other people drop out the race, even though 2 or 3 of them should not be, running. Shows that you're a really bad leader and you have a problem with keeping people engaged and enthused. You really do. Like, you have a problem. I mean, after all, Nassau County and most of Long Island went red for their municipal elections this past elections. I went on the New York State Dems Twitter page. They don't tweet that much. They got a bad communication staff. And he's not that present on Twitter. Not saying that everybody should be present on Twitter, but if you look at the AG's Twitter, she's present. She got a good comm staff. One of them follow me. But Jay Jacobs, this is for you. I said this before and I said this again. You do not represent the values of our party. You are the old relic of the Democratic Party. The party has changed. The party electorate has changed. Black people, brown people, Latinx, AAPI, Jewish people, LGBTQ. We expanded. We are the majority of the voting base of the Democratic Party, not white people, even though a small percentage do vote in the general elections for Democrats, but doesn't mean they vote Democratic all the way. And Jay Jacobs also don't understand policies in the Democratic Party has changed. It became more, left, progressive. Nobody's not trying to toe the moderate lane anymore. I think even the current governor is starting to realize maybe I need to be more center to the left. Yeah. So with that being said, Jay Jacobs, I want you to resign. You're not great for our party. You're not a great party leader. And, it's time to give it up. And give it to someone of color. Because you're not it. You're not it. He's not it. Not at all. Never was and is not right now. I mean, Long Island went red. His Twitter page is bad. And this is advice to the current governor, even though my pick has been out the race. But this is to the current governor. You need to be more present on your governor's page than your personal page. You need to put out more announcements about Covet. You also need a diverse staff. Because I see there's a lot of white people working for you, and it's no shade. But there's a lot of white people working for you. You need to come down here a lot more often to the downstate. Go to neighborhoods. Even go to neighborhoods that look crazy. Because you're going to need a lot of votes from black people, from Hispanic people, from Asians, Jewish people, LGBTQ+. You're going to need our votes. And if you don't have our votes, you're not going to win the nomination. Because I'm pretty sure Jamani's not going to get out the race. Maybe Tom's dumbass going to get out the race. But Jamani, no. So you really have to conjure up. You have to conjure up your base. And you can't do it by just sitting upstate and going places upstate. You know, you got to come down here. Because this area is the most populated area in your state. And I think she should understand that. And you also need staff to be culturally aware. Because we know the state Dem chair is not aware. He's not culturally aware and he's culturally insensitive. But you have the pulpit to be culturally aware. You do. And your lieutenant governor should be more present too. Because the state chair, who is culturally incompetent, cleared the pathway for someone that is culturally competent to get the base. You got to get the base. You're going to take her votes. So you need a comm staff that is culturally aware of the changing dynamic in your party. You need to. And you need to have your lieutenant governor out there. You don't need Jay Jacobs to be your mouthpiece. Because obviously he couldn't get people in Nassau County to vote Democratic. Hey y'all. Hey Ryan. Support Ryan's show. Ryan has a show called, Vibes Only Podcast that happens Tuesdays and Sundays. I don't know if a podcast is going to happen this Sunday because it's Christmas. It's Christmas week, but please support him. Please and thank you. And follow him on Twitter and I believe Instagram. Because some people are very funny. But I would like to make this final thoughts because I'm about to wrap up. So, this is the last stream show of the year. I will be back sometime in January. Maybe January 7th. Because next Friday is Christmas Eve. And the following is New Year's Eve. And New Year's Eve is my sister's birthday. So, I will not be on this space for the year. I may do like something on Twitter. Use my Restream. Finally. And changing the name. Okay, Dr. C. And, sorry. And I will, Mentally Divine Podcast. There we go. Sorry. I'm losing my train of thought. So let me just say this, y'all. So this is the last Instagram show of the year. I'll be back January 7th. And to do the regular spiel. And I will go on. I think I'm 120 some odd episodes in since May 18th of 2020. It'll be 2 years in May that I have done this on Instagram and uploaded to my YouTube channel. So I'd like to thank everybody who made this possible of sharing and subscribing to my YouTube channel, which I reached over 500 subscribers and I'm trying to reach 1,000 and more. So I appreciate you all who support me on Twitter, support anything I do. I was on Greg's podcast. I was on like about 2 or 3 podcasts this year. Greg and Ryan. Please give Ryan a follow. He's RYNE. He's on Twitter. He has a good show. Give Greg Howard a follow. Give Ryan a follow. Give Dr. C a follow. Dr. C has a podcast. And follow each other, because we all got to stay connected, because we all fighting this disinformation. I can't believe the 3rd decade of the 21st century and we're fighting freaking disinformation. How crazy that is. But until then, folks, you have an amazing holiday, whether you celebrate, because Hanukkah passed, Christmas, Kwanzaa, Three Kings, whether you celebrate those, please have a great holiday. Oh, and lastly, before I depart, I would like to say this to Miss Jasmine's followers. So I blocked Jasmine Gardens. I blocked her because she's toxic, she's evil, and she's a punk. She'd rather send her followers to troll one of my friends, but didn't have the courage to say anything to his face. And her followers, sure enough, came for me. And I even tagged Jasmine's name in the post. Because you know I don't be tagging people's names for shit. I don't give a fuck. They can search for their fucking name. With that being said. But this is to her followers. This is for y'all ashy ass hot taps. I blocked y'all motherfuckers because you guys are non-script ass motherfuckers. That's what y'all are. Y'all some dirt bag trolls at home, sitting there, have, pictures of other people, not of yourselves, on your profile pictures. Y'all want to come for me with y'all like 2 followers. Y'all think y'all doing something by trolling me? No, you're looking like a whole ass, because I'm not responding to half of y'all motherfuckers. So y'all can keep trolling and keep doing whatever while I keep making videos and shining through. Because guess what? Y'all not going to steal my joy away. Y'all going to be out there, spreading misinformation like Jasmine's silly ass does. And keep in mind, she has a child. Like, why would you want to spread misinformation? Your daughter's going to look at that and like what? Whatever. But anyway, folks, have a great holiday. Have a Merry Christmas. Have a great Kwanzaa. Have a great Three Kings. And have a great New Year. And I'll see y'all soon. Take care.